Welcome to John Esser Sports Channel with the week 46, the final game of the Championship, and ahead of us it's week 46 predictions for the Championship. Let's go straight into it. I know you like to go straight into this, guys. We're going Bristol City versus Preston North End, and there's a lot to play for here for Bristol City. Bristol City are in 5th on 67 points. Coventry City are in 6th on 66. Millwall in 7th on 66. We got all the way down through Blackburn and onto Borough in 9th on 64. All very, very close. And Borough actually have a plus 10 goal difference. Bristol City have a plus 4. So they will be, they're on a very, very rocky footing here. They have to do better than all those teams below them. In 20th position, we have Preston North End. Preston North End in 20th position on 49 points. Hull City are in the drop zone on 48 points in 22nd. So their fate is by no means certain. Both of these teams want to win, or as I can see this, neither of these teams are going to go into this game wanting to lose. And I've seen this a few times during the last certainly the last few weeks. People insisting, look, we just don't want to lose this game. We can't afford to lose it. And both of these sides are going to be doing exactly the same thing as they go into this game. I think that it's going to be one of those really boring games where they just don't want to lose it. They can't afford to. Bristol City win, win, draw, win, lose, lose. The last two times out, Luton Town defeat away from home 3-1. Leeds United thumping 4-0. Away at Leeds, and that could have been an awful lot worse, couldn't it? They sort of packed the defence up and were a little bit more solid in the second half, I think. We have Preston North End draw, lose. The last two games, Hull City defeat 2-1 away, and Plymouth Argyle defeat 2-1 at home. I just think that this Bristol City have a little bit of an edge. They'll want to look. It was Leeds United they lost against. Let's face it, they're an absolutely brilliant side, and you can't hold that against them, can you? The Luton Town one, possibly the downer there, but then again you've got Preston with Hull City defeat, Plymouth defeat. It's really, really difficult to see the difference here. It could go absolutely either way. I think both teams are going to be really pulling back, not wanting to lose this, and I think that's why there's only going to be one goal in it. Either way here, I think it's going to be 1-0. Who to? I haven't got a clue. I'm going to go for a home side here. I'm going to go Bristol City 1, Preston North End 0, and we'll move on to the next game. And for the next game, we stay at the top end here. Burnley versus Millwall. Burnley, of course, promoted now in second position on 97 points. They'll want to break the 100, won't they? And they got Millwall in 7th on 66 points, equal with Coventry. And this is going to be rather interesting because both of these teams want to win for different reasons. Burnley because it's the last game in the Championship, and it's at home. They're wanting to really go out there and show the fans what they can do, aren't they? And I think that it's going to be one of those games where neither team quite want to underperform. So we go with Burnley, win, draw, win, 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 win. And Millwall, win, 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 lose, win, win. Both sides have lost points once in the last 6 games. Derby County 0-0 away draw for Burnley. Don't know how they didn't manage to win that one, to be quite honest. Millwall defeat 4-1 away to Blackburn. Really didn't see that one. I thought that their away form had become quite a lot better as we've gone through this last half of the Championship season. It's just been a really interesting path for Millwall, improving steadily as they get through to the end of the season. Home form was really good, dipped, then came back up, but the away form for me has been improving steadily all the way through. Burnley, on the other hand, have just been really, really good all the way through for me. They had a bit of a blip, didn't they, in the middle, but most teams do. Both teams are on fire here, and it could go either way. QPR win away from home 5-0 last time out for Burnley. Swansea City 1-0 win at home. A quick look at the last game for each one. I just think that this is going to be a good 2-1 win. It could be a draw. It could be absolutely anything. This, and I'm really pondering over whether Burnley will be eager enough to ensure they win this, or whether they're really on the beach and they're just going to play out for a good, fun, exciting game and tell their players to just go and do what they want, go and enjoy themselves, show me what you can do for next season, and show me how you're good enough for the Premier League. And I think that's what they're going to be doing, and those players are really going to want to stay with the club, not be sold on, because the difference between the Championship and the Premier League is so great. They're going to be thinking they're going to be sold back into the Championship. I think this is going to be one where Burnley are really going to, the players will be taking hold of this and making sure that they win it. I think we could see a Burnley 3, Millwall 0. Of course, if Burnley do win, then Coventry get a little bit of heat off them there, because Coventry versus Borough is the next game, and Coventry are in 6th, equal on points with 7th place Millwall. 4 goal difference for Coventry, 0 for Millwall. So Coventry would be looking back then in that case on Blackburn in 8th on 65, Borough in 9th on 64. Now they're playing Coventry at home. They're playing a Borough side in 9th on 64. They really cannot afford to lose this one, because should they lose against Borough would be on 67 points, and I fear that would be it would be Coventry's playoff hopes gone, because Bristol City are on 67. So how do we see this one going? Neither of them draw an awful lot, and it's an interesting fact, because each of them's drawn 1 out of their last 6. For under Coventry City, it's lose, win, draw, win, lose, lose. They almost don't seem to want to be in the playoffs, do they? But several teams have been like that for me, not really hitting it in good enough to be in that top 6. Middlesbrough win, lose, lose, win, lose, draw. Again, another team that just don't seem to be hitting it good enough to be called a promotion contender. Coventry's get points out of the last 6, 3, 6, 7 points out of the last 6. That's nearer to a relegation fight as far as points are concerned. And for Borough, out of their last 6, it's 3, 6, 7 points. Again, out of their last 6 games, just one and a bit points per game. Not very good at all. Neither of these teams are on fire at the minute, and I can't really see much of an impetus at the end. Last 2 games then, let's just look at the last 2 games. Plymouth defeat away for Coventry 3-1, and a Luton Town defeat away 1-0 for Coventry City. And then for Middlesbrough, Sheffield Wednesday 2-1 defeat away, but Wednesday are actually really good at Hillsborough. They're a lot stronger at home than they are away. And Norwich City 0-0. Now Norwich City, they just haven't hit it for me this season. They're not a bad side. They've got some really good players. In fact, they should be higher than where they are. They haven't been getting what they can out of their players for sure. Middlesbrough, though, I think going to this with a modicum of respect for where they are and how they've got there, and they are doing, I think, slightly just edging it for me over the Coventry City side, but not by much. I'm going to go with Coventry 0, Middlesbrough 1. And we go on to the next game. And the next game is another one of those humdingers. It's a Derby County Stoke game. Now, the Derby County Stoke game is interesting because we have Derby County in 18th on 50 points. Stoke City in 18th on 50 points. Derby County in 19th on 49. We still have Hull City in 22nd on 48. Neither of these teams are safe. Now, you can imagine that realistically they're thinking a draw out of this game, and Derby County in 50 points should realistically be safe. Can all of those teams below them win? I don't think they can they? So I think a draw would be enough for these two sides. Let's have a look at their performances in the last 6. Derby County lose, draw, lose, win. A good win away at West Brom for Derby County 2 games ago, 3-1. Very, very well done. And you can see this Derby County side is actually performing quite significantly over the last few weeks, I think. Hull City, certainly after getting rid of Warren, it steadily got better, and then a little bit of a ramp up recently. Hull City win 1-0 away, and that was always going to be difficult, wasn't it? Down at the bottom, it's always a dogfight, and it's difficult to win those games because it tends to be a little bit less classy and a little bit less technical. Stoke City, the last 2 games for them, draw, win, lose, is a 6-0 thumping away at Leeds, and that could have been a lot worse. And a 2-0 defeat at home to Sheffield United. And Sheffield United are not playing well. They could actually have been there for the taking, I thought, and they didn't manage to do it. I think that Derby County have the home advantage here, and I think that Derby County will win this one. It's a case of by how many. Looking at the scores, looking at the number of goals they're scoring, I'm going to go with Derby County 2, Stoke City 0. So we move on to Norwich versus Cardiff. Norwich are 14th on 54 points on the beach. Cardiff 24th, going down, relegated on 44 points. They're going to be trying to get some way of a method of play. They'll try a few different things and a few different people, hopefully, to see whether they can use this game as a sort of springboard into how they want to play next season. Do they want to change things? Do they want to change people, methods of play, style of play? And usually these last couple of games where they've got nothing to play for, that's what they sort of try and do, to try and eye out what they need to change and who they need to change, and if there's anything that they can move around. So not much to play for here as we look at the Norwich-Cardiff game. For Norwich, it's lose, draw, lose, draw. Like I say, they just haven't been clicking at all. We know that side has some bloody good players in it. How long can they go like this without having a total refresh? I don't know, but they've got to do something over the summer period, haven't they? Cardiff City, draw, lose, draw. And Cardiff City are actually very draw heavy. 17 draws out of their 45 games. They've almost drawn. They've lost 19, drawn 17. This is it's a huge percentage of draws in that league. One of the top 3 or 4, I think. And they're playing. They're away to a Norwich side that aren't that good at the minute. I think there's only one way I can go with this one, and I'm going to go with Norwich City 1, Cardiff 1. I would go with 0-0, but both the last games were 0-0, and I don't think they're going to get 2 0-0s in a row. I think that both of them will score, and I think it's just going to be the one. We then go on to Plymouth versus Leeds. Leeds United away for their last game. They've done really well. Plymouth win, lose, win. They really did try their absolute best to get out of this, but they're as good as down. They've got 46 points with Preston and Luton on in 20th and 21st on 49, but unfortunately with minus 36 goal difference, they'd have to win something like 10-0. So they're as good as down, and they're in 23rd position. First place Leeds. I think Leeds are going to be running this one quite well. Look at number of goals they scored in the last 2 games. 10 goals for Leeds in 2 games. 6-0 at home to Stoke City. 4-0 at home to Bristol City. And I think that this defence from this usually good defence at home by Plymouth Argyle, it's still stayed in there, hasn't it? In the last 6 games they've played 3 games at home, 2-1 win against at home to Norwich, the 2-1 win at home to Sheffield United, and a 3-1 win at home to Coventry City. We can't play down the abilities of Plymouth at home. They are really, really good, but they're playing Leeds. And I think that this is either going to be a banana skin that Leeds just underestimate the performance of Plymouth, and they go there much like Norwich did against Rotherham when we only won 2 games that year. One of them was Rotherham against Norwich City. They just underestimated us, and I can see that happening. It's either going to be a 1-0 win to Plymouth Argyle, or the one I'm going to go for, which is Plymouth 1, Leeds United 3, and we'll move on. But it could be a sneaky banana skin, that one. And we go to Portsmouth versus Hull, and Portsmouth have a really good role to play here. My local side, actually, down the road. Portsmouth are in 16th on the beach on 53 points. And they got there with some last few weeks pushing to try and get those points over the line, didn't they? Hull City are in 22nd points, back into the drop zone on 48 points, but above them they have 3 sides on 49. They have Stoke on 50. They could quite easily catch those up. They can't quite catch Oxford and Portsmouth. So let's have a look at the draws. Nothing in there for that one. Portsmouth lose, draw, win, draw. Just doing what they needed to do. Remember, they had. I think they still have a huge amount of injuries, and they've been doing really well considering the injuries. When they won at Norwich 3-5 away to Portsmouth, the injury list was absolutely huge, and how they managed to do that scoreline is beyond me. It's absolutely amazing, and they've not been that good away from home. So usually their class is at home. Hull City win, lose, draw, lose, win, lose. It's all over the place. Their wins were against Preston and Sheffield Wednesday. Last time out, Sheffield Wednesday draw for Portsmouth 1-1, and Hull City lost 1-0 to Derby County, and I just think that's really took a little bit of it's a bit of a gut hit, isn't it? And I think that's what's, to me, combined with the fact that Portsmouth are really good at home, they're better at home. I'm going to go for Portsmouth 2, Hull City 0. We're starting to get a few of the non-games now, aren't we? We've got Sheffield United versus Blackburn, and Sheffield United are in 3rd position on 89. They are in the playoffs, absolutely. Blackburn are in 8th, 65 points. Now, they're 2 points behind 6th and 7th place Coventry and Millwall. I've already said it is possible for both of those teams to be defeated at the weekend. That would actually give the ability for Blackburn to leapfrog over the pair of them. Can Blackburn leap over the pair? Well, when I'm thinking about Millwall and Coventry, it's who they're playing that is the important thing there. And they're difficult games, aren't they? You can see them losing. It is possible. I can see Blackburn here thinking, this is our one last attempt at trying to do this, guys. We have to do well against a Sheffield United side that are failing. They have blown it. Sheffield United lose, win. rest players? Absolutely. They don't want to get players injured. The one game of the season, the last game of the season, injure your players before or get them sent off so that they can't play the playoffs. Absolutely not. I don't think he's stupid enough to do that. So I think Blackburn may have a way in. Lose, draw, win. Last time out, Stoke City win 2-0 to Sheffield United. They didn't actually pull back and rest their players. I thought they might do. Blackburn, last time out, 2-1 win at home to Watford. I'm still going to go with a Watford win. I'm going to go Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 2. And this is going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. Please do like and subscribe and comment down below as we go to Sunderland versus QPR. Sunderland have been such a good side all season until recently. And recently they just seem to me to have, the wheels just seem to have fallen off. If the Sunderland fans can tell me particular reasons, because I know that the fatigue and we've got injuries around, but all teams have, and the ones that have been complaining, oh, you haven't mentioned our injuries. Yeah, but every team's got injuries. Every team's got fatigue. We're on the last game of the season, game 46. Remember, we've got Sunderland in fourth, 76 points. They are on the beach. They are going to finish fourth, absolutely. They're playing QPR, who are definitely on the beach on 15th on 53 points. I think that Sunderland and QPR here are just going to play out a very dull end of season kick around, and there's no wonder if you look at their last 6 games, Sunderland won't want to get any more injuries. They're going into this last game and then into the playoffs. Remember, so it's Sunderland win, draw, lose. Those losses have been against Swansea, Bristol City, Blackburn, and last time out, Oxford United 2-0 away from home. And we have QPR. Draw, win, lose. Last time out, 5-0 defeat, but it was at home to Burnley. They really did want to thump their last... one of their last 2 games into the Premier League, obviously, and they're thinking, let's say goodbye with a wallop. I actually don't think that QPR have been doing that bad. They played Swansea, who've obviously changed manager. Now they're going to give that job to him permanently, as I said in my news article. And I think that he's been doing a damn good job. So I think losing to Swansea City wasn't all that bad, specifically because they were actually still on the beach at that point, I think, QPR. So it's going to be rather a dull game, I fear. I think that this could be a 1-0 win either side. They tend not to get nil. They tend not to get 0 that often. Sunderland slightly more often than QPR. I'm going to go for Sunderland 1, QPR 1, and we'll go away from the nothing games, and we'll go to a Swansea City versus Oxford. Now, Swansea City are on the beach on 60 points, and Oxford are in 17th on 52. Obviously, this again is. I was going to get away from all these games. There's another game here. This is one of the non-games. We've got Swansea City. Now that he's been, hopefully by then, what are we on? We'll probably have been given the management position permanently. So this is going to be one of those games he wants to absolutely stamp his authority on. This is my first game in charge officially. As permanent manager, let's go for it. I think that he's going to want to really do it. And it's also the last home game of the season against an Oxford side that are just going, phew, thank God for that. We managed to do it, and we managed to be safe. They really have done it just as well, because the teams below them are really quite high scoring on points, aren't they? Swansea City win, lose against Millwall away. So, Millwall have started to get that good play at home again, haven't they, recently? Not surprised about that. Oxford United win, lose, win, lose, draw, win. A very mid-table sort of concoction of scores there. I think that it's going to be a home win again. Looking at the scores, I mean, of those 5 wins, 1, 2, 3 of them were 1-0. I'm going to go with Swansea 1, Oxford 0, surprisingly. I think it's just, there's too many 1-0s in there. Watford versus Sheffield Wednesday, and I was hoping to end with a bit of a rush, but we got Sheffield Wednesday in away at Watford. Watford are in 13th on 56 points on the beach. Sheffield Wednesday, free fall a little bit, weren't they? 12th position on 57 points. Sheffield Wednesday just managing to get 4 points out of their last 2 games, and not quite drop as fast as they were doing. Watford lose, win, lose. The last 4 defeats: West Brom, Burnley, Portsmouth and Blackburn. So a mixture of teams there. Sheffield Wednesday lose, draw, lose, win, draw. Last 2 games, a win against Borough and a draw at home to Portsmouth. And I think that both of these teams will be thinking, I just want to end the season, let's rebuild and let's try and push on from here. I think Sheffield Wednesday just have the edge. I really do think Wednesday have the edge here, and Watford are so good at home usually. The last time at home was Burnley 2-1 defeat. Time before that, Hull City 1-0 win. Watford could surprise me and win it 1-0, but I'm going to go with a Watford 0, Wednesday 2, and that's probably against what most of you are thinking. However, I think that Sheffield Wednesday just have the impetus for me. Let's go into the last game of the Saturday with a 12:30 game. It's West Brom versus Luton Town. So West Brom are in 10th, 61 points, 3 points behind Borough in 9th, so they're not going to get anywhere. And Luton Town are 21st. And I said I said a couple of games ago, Bristol City, Luton Town are going to win this one. And one of my subscribers said, I hope you're right. Yes, I hope you're a subscriber. And they did win, and I was quite proud about that. Luton Town out of the bottom 3 on 1 point ahead of them on 49 points. Hull on 48. They are wanting to get something here. West Brom 19 draws at home, and the issue I have with saying this should be a West Brom win is their last 6 games have been lose, win, lose, draw, with the 0-0 at Cardiff last time out, and Luton Town have been draw, lose, win. They really have picked up the 3 wins: Derby, Bristol City and Coventry, 1-0, 3-1 and 1-0. They do seem to be playing I'm going to say a doggedly determined game. A little bit black arts at time, but they are actually, I think, playing really well. Last time out, of course, I would say dark arts. Coventry obviously got De Silva sent off on 13 minutes at Luton, and Luton got Liam Walsh sent off on 68. Could it make a difference? Absolutely. However, I think when you're starting at this point of the season, there's so much fatigue, and this is why I've not mentioned it in the games before. There's so much fatigue here. A red card or an injury is making less of an impetus or an impact on the game. And it's just a case of how much can we get from the remaining energy and the remaining legs that we've got. It really is. But I still think that Luton Town has that Luton Town team has the depth and enough abilities here to win it. I'm going to go with West Brom 0, Luton Town 1. From So that completes it from me. It's Johnny's Sports Channel over for one more season. Championship predictions for week 46. Have a nice day. Enjoy the rest. Enjoy the summer break. And please do like and subscribe.